Next question. What's the next question? What personal habits would you like to change? My personal habits. I don't really have any personal habits that I would like to change. I can't really think of any at the moment, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't. I'm sure my partner would be able to tell you a whole bunch of things that I do that annoy him. But personally, not to say that I'm perfect, but I can't really see any of my habits as being a bad thing. Oh no, I do actually have one habit that is a habit that I would like to change. Would be the habit of not taking my dirty mugs downstairs when I'm done with them. I have a very bad habit of leaving a collection of dirty mugs on my desk, so that's not a good habit, and I think that should be sorted really. Okay. What is something you would like to learn? I would like to learn German and French. I would like to learn more business skills, I guess, because I'm terrible at business. I have some business skills, but I lack a lot of confidence with doing a lot of things. I would love to be able to make phone calls without feeling terrified of rejection. It's something that really does scare me. Is people, I think that comes from experience of hearing my mum yelling at people down the phone, you know, and I tend to sort of, I get this fear that that's what's going to happen to me. People are going to yell at me down the phone for calling them up and asking whether or not they want a product or something. I get so scared that that's going to happen. I'm sure there are some people out there that would do that, but I have learnt through through some therapy techniques that that this is something that might be helpful to you if you're scared of picking up the phone and asking people for business opportunities. Basically, if someone has given you their phone number, they've already given you permission to call them. And this is something that I should have learnt, but it's still very hard for me to sort of believe in my heart. Logically up here, but in your heart you find it very, very difficult to accept it. So you have a lot of lack of confidence in that. So that would be something I would really like. List 5 personal qualities that you appreciate the most. Personal qualities that I appreciate the most. I don't know. I'm not really one to look at myself in a positive light because I suffer from depression, so it's very difficult for me to see positives in myself. Positive qualities. I guess I'm a trier. I'm always willing to try something before I judge it. I always believe in treating others how you would like to be treated. I generally think you should be polite to people even if you disagree with them, because getting angry with someone when you disagree with them doesn't help the situation. It just makes the whole situation worse if you get angry with someone just because they're disagreeing with you. If you are the kind of person to blow your fuse because someone said, if I were to say the sky is green and you were to say the sky is blue, if you were to blow up at me and call me an idiot because I'm saying the sky is green, then I'm just going to walk away from you, because I think that kind of reaction is not going to help the situation, and it's not really proving to me that you're very open-minded to my point of views, and you're not willing to accept that each to their own point of view, and it doesn't really make a difference to you. If I believe the sky is green and you believe the sky is blue, the world is not going to collapse if I believe that, and you don't. So you know, I just think that's something that I'm rather proud of, is the fact that I've learnt to walk away from difficult situations like that. Other personal qualities, I don't know. I'm always very careful with what I eat. I always believe in if you're full, stop eating. So I'm rather proud that I do that. I believe in looking after the environment. I'm not a huge environmentalist, but I certainly do believe that we should be aware that we are making a huge impact on the environment. I mean, all you have to do is look at, if you Google satellite images of deforestation and watch videos of how we've affected the earth, you'd have to be a bit of an idiot to not see that as a negative when you watch how that footage, the speed footage of how forests have just diminished over a few years, because we're just basically ripping the resources out of the earth, and we don't bother to stop and think, how are we going to replenish this once we've taken it all down. I mean, if you look up yeah, those videos, and look up ones in areas where you have tribes that are not allowed to be where people aren't allowed to tamper with the tribes and their cultures and things. The amount of forest that these people are living in is terrifyingly little. You know, they used to live in humongous forests which were miles of acres wide, and now they've got these tiny little islands of trees in desert lands. And so I think we really need to sort of be very careful. And I think we also need to acknowledge that cars are a major source of pollution. You know, I can't stand how everyone points at everything and anything except the cars. You know, guys, we really need to acknowledge that cars themselves are the major contributing factor to pollution in this world. And you know, I do think we need to sort of make more of an effort to stop using cars when we don't need to. You don't need to drive to your local shop just to get some milk or something. I mean, if you're physically not capable of walking, I don't know, get a scooter or something, but don't get like petrol cars just to go around the corner for a bottle of milk or something. I think we really need to sort of make more of an effort to use our legs. Or get a scooter, get on a bike, do something useful to try and diminish the pollution in the environment. But I can't remember. I don't know. I think I went on a bit of a tangent there, but there you go. Where am I? List 3 hobbies you would like to have. I don't really have any other hobbies that I'm quite happy with the hobbies that I have. I suppose I would like to read more. I would like to be more of a reader. I wish I was a bit better at looking after plants. I've got a little plant here on the windowsill which is not doing great. It's a nice little plant, but I don't know why. For some reason all its petals are going brown. I'll show it to you. Excuse me. Oh, you guys can see this is a lovely little plant here that I've got on my windowsill. But for some reason, I don't know if any of you know anything about plants, but for some reason its leaves are starting to go like brown at the tips and crispy. So I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know whether it needs to have nourishment. It's got a very good window for light, I water it regularly, but I don't know how to stop it from going all brown around the edges and crispy. So if anyone's got any tips on how to make this plant better, let me know. Right, okay. So that's that. Yeah, did I mention a third one? I guess dancing would be one. No, not so much dancing. Actually, to be honest, I would love to be able to swim more. Swimming is something that I used to love doing. I used to swim a lot as a child, but I stopped swimming when my swimming buddy decided to quit swimming. So I decided to quit swimming because I felt, what's the point of carrying on when I haven't got someone to compete with? So yeah, and unfortunately, I regret doing that because we both sort of dropped it just as we were offered an opportunity to train professionally for swimming, and neither of us decided to do it, and I regret doing that now. I wish I had taken it on because I absolutely love swimming, and I would have loved doing it professionally, I think, if I'd taken it on board. But I was too young and too stupid to agree to do something like that, so I didn't think about it. What are 10 things you love about yourself? That's something I'm not really... I think I'll skip that one for now because I can't really think of any answers to that. I know that sounds really bad, but I find it very hard to see positives in myself. So I'll skip that one for the moment. What scares you? I've already covered that one. Or I suppose in general, what scares me? People's tempers scare me. I'm not good with people who become aggressive when they disagree with me. So yeah, I mean, jump scares, loud noises scare me. Yeah, I think that's all interlinked really. It's basically you don't like loud, aggressive, feeling attacked. So yeah, that's what scares me more most of all. Being alone, I guess, is another thing that scares me. Not necessarily physically, but emotionally alone, you know, feeling like nobody cares about you. What did you learn this week? What did I learn this week? I learned that I'm terrible at measuring picture frames. Me and my boyfriend have been trying to get a picture frame made, and somehow we measured it, and we ended up making it too short. God knows how, because we gave it like 3 millimeters extra on the length, and yet when we cut it, it ended up being 3 millimeters shorter instead of longer. So one thing's for sure, I'm terrible at measuring this stuff. So I've learned that I need to improve on that. So what did you most enjoy doing this week? What did I most enjoy doing this week? I guess making my YouTube videos, really. I enjoyed that. I enjoy doing YouTube. It's I've recently have become more confident in being on camera. The reason most of my videos in my early stages were without my face in it was because I had a great deal of anxiety about the way I looked on camera, the way I sounded on camera. I hate the sound of my voice, to be perfectly honest with you. I hate editing my own films because I think my voice sounds obnoxious and whiny and annoying. So if any of you think that my voice sounds annoying, don't worry, I think it sounds terrible and annoying as well. So I'd be joining you on that front. So there you go.